Next on Power Rangers, the kids make plans to celebrate Tommy's return home.
Tommy sent me a letter, and he's coming home at the end of the week.
Excellent.
While Zedd makes plans to create an all-new monster to battle the Power Rangers.
Major Funky.
But when they need the help most, Zordon has disappeared.
I don't like this. Something's really wrong.
Can the Power Rangers defeat Zedd's newest creation? Find out next on the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Good morning, Slashaholics and Slashketeers, and welcome to episode number 21 of Slash Trax Saturday Mornings. I'm Alex Vanover from the Slash Trax Network, and joined by me again in the head of the Tiger Zord, my friend, the co-host with the most, the 80s slasher librarian, Mr. Josh Morphin LaRue.
It's actually my middle name, Morphin. Actually, before I got in the Zord, I rode in that little space dumpster right there.
Oh, you rode shotgun with Rita, huh?
Yeah. We sang 99 bottles of slime on the wall.
You're
She
driving
does
me
that
crazy.
in the episode. It's such a
Hey, Josh, what? So this is season 2, episode number 17 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And if you kids and adults and slashaholics and slashketeers didn't know at home what we're covering exactly, if you couldn't tell by Josh's picture behind him, this is White Light Part 1, and this is the epic introduction of the White Ranger. And this reminds me of a wrestling thing that happened. All the kids at home were so upset that Tommy was no longer the Green Ranger that they flooded the TV station in Haim Saban with handwritten letters demanding that Tommy be brought back on the show, which is why Jason David Frank was chosen to be the White Ranger. I didn't even know, first of all, I didn't know that he wasn't supposed to originally be the White Ranger. And second of all, what I was trying to make was this reminded me of when Hulk Hogan got avalanched and all the kids wrote in to wish Hogan well so he could come back and defeat Earthquake, brother.
Yeah, because people, I remember watching Hulkamania 3 or 4, whatever tape that was on, and crying because I thought Earthquake had killed Hogan, it like broken his chest. I don't care now, but I did then. But I will
where's
tell you,
Earthquake when we need him?
right? Come back, Earthquake. We need you right now, John Tenta. We still have Typhoon. Maybe he can like put on his Shockmaster outfit and do something. I will tell you this. I watched this as a kid, the day it aired and part 2 when it aired. I did not sleep the night
between the episodes.
I did not sleep that night because I just knew it had to be Tommy.
How did you know it had to be Tommy?
Because Tommy was in the episode and I was just excited that he was back and I saw him get taken away. So it was either Lord Zedd was doing his thing but once I saw the White Ranger costume,
yeah,
I was like, I think I prayed that night that it would be Tommy. So just so you folks know, the only reason Tommy was the White Ranger is because I prayed that night to God. He answered my prayer and changed history and made Tommy the White Ranger. It was me.
Josh had the power to do that. As a matter of fact, Slashaholics, the footage Haim Saban and Shuki Levy and everyone had already filmed was in the can, and it wasn't Jason David Frank. They had filmed with another actor.
Yep.
Josh prayed, and it transformed. It magically transformed what happened in canon and on film. Isn't that incredible?
That's incredible. That's what we call the Oliver effect. It's kind of like the Mandela effect. But
hey, I thought when Tommy, you know how you said you saw Tommy and you're like excited because he's coming out of the water. He's like, he's like having a picnic by himself somewhere, swimming by himself.
He swam. Oh yeah, go ahead.
I thought when he got out of the water, I was like, because he started to like scramble and like turn green. He looked like Channel 99, the Spice Channel, the adult channel, like he's scrambled like that. But I was like, does he just have like the worst case of cramps ever? Did he eat his lunch too soon to going into the water? I thought he was just suffering severe cramps.
The way he acted, where he's like, oh God, oh, I got to date Kimberly again. Yuck, she's such a girl. I bet that bitch gonna faint whenever she sees me. No, but if you look at when we did the movie review of Creepshow 2, The Raft.
Yeah.
Remember me poking fun at the guy for swimming, like full swimming, even whenever he's like 5 feet away from the bank and the water's only like that deep.
Yeah, but he's barely. You know what? Can you go back and show the clip of that?
Yeah.
Can we show that clip?
Yeah, because Tommy does that in this scene. Whenever he swims up to the bank and he stands up and it's only up to like his ankles and he was like swimming full force. So we'll do a comparison. Let's do a comparison.
Okay, let's go to let's do it. So similar that I think they might have filmed it at the same place that they filmed the raft at.
It's definitely the same depth.
Yeah. Let me get into a little bit of backstory real quick before we, do our thing and breaking down the episode. We're so excited to be back in Angel Grove. We're starting to break the episode down prematurely. Josh and I are known to do things prematurely in almost every part of our lives. So
Almost.
this is no different. Okay. The air date for this episode, the night that Josh originally couldn't sleep, was October 17th, 1994. OJ Simpson had just gotten into trouble in June of 94. So the OJ saga had been full force for about June, July, August, September, about 5 months. The car chase had probably already happened like long before that. So that's kind of what's going on. The New York Knicks played the Houston Rockets in the NBA Finals. Michael Jordan had just retired for the first time. He's playing baseball in the minor leagues. Josh and I are collecting pogs.
Selling them at school and getting in trouble.
Yeah, Kid and Play are huge R&B acts. Crisscross are wearing their clothes backwards. Whoomp, There It Is was voted #1 song of my class for the 5th or 6th grade. So that's kind of like the landscape of what's going on in 94. I'm begging my dad every day to take me to Bimart to get me a new Power Ranger head flipper toy, hopefully, or a monster. Josh is trying to get to McDonald's. This is a little premature, as Josh and I are known to do, prematurely trying to get those McDonald's pogs because the movie hasn't come out yet, but Josh is planning.
Oh, they came out before the movie.
Oh, okay. So Josh is trying to get those pogs for
Mhm.
sure. And the director of this episode, I'm going to butcher this. This guy's name is Jonathan, starts with a T, but I almost think it's silent. Jonathan Zakor or Jonathan T. Zakor. Don't know. No clue. That's the guy who directed it. His background, 8 episodes of MMPR. He directed episodes of 10 other iterations of Power Rangers. So Zeo, In Space, all that. He was involved directing episodes the whole time. Oh,
So
go ahead.
I'm just saying that. So his entire career was Power Rangers.
It is just about. I couldn't find a lot of stuff. So he produced Turbo, a Power Rangers movie. He produced 60 episodes of MMPR, 50 episodes of Zeo. Here's where.
Wow.
Here's 2 different producing credits that's not Power Rangers related. He produced the mega box office straight to video, fresh from Redbox hit American Ninja 5.
Wow. Part 5. Holy cow, man.
Part 5. The movie that if you grew up in the 80s or 90s, slashaholics and slashketeers, you probably came across it in the action section of your local video store. With the movies of Kickboxer 7 and 8 with Cody from Step by Step. American Ninja 5 was kind of in that same area of your video store. He also produced a TV movie, which Josh and I should riff on this channel at some point, called Intimate Stranger. Don't know what it's about. Probably some sort of weird thriller, but we should probably riff it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It sounds like it deserves it.
Yeah, maybe we should riff it. And then the last little tidbit of back information, because Josh and I aren't going to do the prices of things and stuff, because if you want to see,
fun.
well, it's a lot of fun. The reason we're not going to do it on this episode is because it's so close to the timeline of the other previous episodes we did for
Oh,
the Power
okay.
Rangers, because
Okay.
everything's like 94, 95. It would be the same information.
Okay.
So if you Slashaholics want to see that, the Ninja, what's the Ninja Quest
Yeah, Ninja
and
Plus.
Green with Evil, Josh and I break down a lot of the prices and kind of trends and fads of the time.
How much did
The
a Power
writer,
Rangers action figure cost in 1994?
I think I remember it being like $5.99. It was like $4.99 or $5.99.
Yeah, nowadays it would be like 10 or 12 bucks, but back then it was like $5.
Yeah, $5. Because I remember my dad would get paid every 2 weeks, and it was like I'd get one toy every 2 weeks. And do I want a wrestler? And at the time, Hogan had just went to WCW, so it was like, do I want a WCW Hogan,
Oh
or
God,
do I
this
want
one where his arm don't move and it's just
yeah, or do I want the bee, the monster from Power Rangers, or the pig? Which one do I want?
the putty, the Z putty toy was pretty cool because it was like a reskin of the oh my God, what are they called? Crash test dummy toys. They
Oh, really?
reskinned
Okay,
it.
they put like a different head on there.
Yeah, with the Z and everything. That way, when you hit the
Okay.
Z toy, the arms, legs, and head fell off like the Crash Test Dummies did. I'm pretty sure it was a reskin of the Crash Test Dummy. I think the
Gotta
same
be.
company,
Gotta be.
made them. Yeah, that I thought that was pretty cool. The Z toy was pretty neat. Um,
Oh, can I talk before we get into Shell Danielson, the writer of this episode, the Hogan figure from WCW. I always thought it was funny that WWF had Hasbro figures with like action and like spring-loaded moves and stuff, and this is the early 90s. All of a sudden WCW starts putting out wrestlers. They go back to what WWF was putting out in the early 80s, like the LGN.
LJN, yep.
Yeah, like can't move their body at all figures.
That's not fun. Like every time I wrestled with the toys, I had Hogan was always like doing fireman carry stuff, like power slam.
Moves he didn't actually know how to do in the ring. He
Can
could
you
do
guess?
outside of the ring in his toy.
Can you guess what the last wrestling figure I bought as a kid? I'm going to tell you what year it was.
Okay.
It was right when I was like moving from wrestling into Power Rangers. So it was like the last one I bought, got it at Toys R Us. It was in the new generation era of wrestlers. So you know who
Okay.
they were. And yeah, take a guess who it was.
Gold Dust.
No, it was before Gold Dust, like 92, 93, 94.
Oh, okay, 92, 93. Was it a Hasbro figure?
It was Hogan was gone. So yeah, it was. I'm pretty sure it moved and stuff. It wasn't the jumpy ones like the Rockers and stuff were.
Did you get Bret Hart?
It was Bret Hart, Bret the Hitman Hart. That was the last one I ever bought as a kid. I got back into collecting them when I was like 12 or 13. Had a ring and stuff, but yeah. When I was a kid, my dad, I would have he was a softball coach, and my sisters always had tournaments, and I got him to like write up on paper like a tournament bracket for me, and I would do King of the Ring with my action figures.
Oh, that's okay. That's really cool because dude,
with the ring.
Do you have that video of me booking the Royal Rumble with those Hasbro wrestlers from like 5 years ago?
If we still got it, we'll put it in right here. Yeah.
But I booked a Royal Rumble Slashaholics, and Sergeant Slaughter was in the final two, and I had Rick the Model Martel win the title shot against Yokozuna. Well, I'm friends with Sergeant Slaughter on Twitter. He mentions it specifically, and he was mad at me for not booking him to win the Royal Rumble. It is hilarious.
Did you book it as you in the ring? Because when I did my King of the Ring tournaments, I would book it in the ring. Like
I was booking it as I was going, and I just knew I wanted the model to win because we were joking about how the model never got, a title shot or anything. So I was like, okay, I don't know how I'm going to make this work, but the model is for sure going to win this.
Let's do the clip if we got it.
Okay.
The main problem is Hogan knows he's going to True Thunder in Paradise. Hogan throws Bret in the ropes. Oh my God, back body drop! Hogan learned that move on the mean streets of Tokyo! Macho Man, Sergeant Slaughter hit with arrogance, and Sergeant Slaughter both know each other from their 80s tag team days. The Hitman versus the Model for all the marbles. Model's trying to beg off the Hitman. Eliminated, what's this? Shawn Michaels throws out the Hitman! The Model The model! The model wins! He's going to WrestleMania! He's going to WrestleMania! He came in at 1! He, with the help of Shawn Michaels, the diabolical one. The model is your new $1 million champ. He's facing Yokozuna when we find him at WrestleMania. The model! The model! The model!
So the writer for this episode, of course, was Shell Danielson. And if you Slashaholics and Slashketeers take a look or hear us talk about this or do your own deep dive, Shell Danielson was heavily involved in MMPR and a bunch of other stuff, Turbo. And anyway, she wrote for Turbo, a Power Rangers movie. She wrote 3 episodes of Beetleborgs. She wrote 31 episodes of MMPR. She wrote 1 episode of Sweet Valley High, which Josh and I have kind of like lightly covered because it was like Brandy from Joe Dirt. She has a twin sister in real life, and they were playing the stars of Sweet Valley High, the beautiful blondes in high school. Probably had a really rough time growing up.
JDF made it on that show once.
Sweet Valley High?
Yeah, he guest starred on it. I'm almost positive.
Great.
Hey, mind if I join you?
Yeah.
Too bad. What's wrong?
We've sent our demo tape everywhere. We haven't got 1 call. Now my old man's on me to take the assistant manager job at his new chowder house.
Your demo's incredible. You just have to get it on the radio.
Oh, that's brilliant. I know. I'll call the radio station and tell them they can start playing us now.
Why don't you call the idiot police and turn yourself in?
Look, why don't you guys just chill out, all right? Catch you at practice, man.
Never seen you like this.
Things have never been this bad. For the first time. I'm actually thinking we might not make it.
You can't think that way.
I just can't help it. I mean, if we don't get a break next month, we'll be slinging chowder and directing people to the salad bar.
AJ, you're gonna make it. You're too talented not to.
You really believe that?
Of course I do.
He guest starred on an episode of Family Matters that we've discussed, and he's like a bad guy. And Urkel turns into Bruce Lee, and defeats JDF. But yeah, Sweet Valley High must have been really hard for them, being gorgeous and rich, and growing up. Must have been tough, really tough adjustment phase for them. Yeah, hard, really hard plot lines and terrible storylines for them to deal with. Josh, before we break down this episode and give our expert opinion, because that's what everybody wants to see. They want to hear what we have to say about this. Let's go to a commercial break.
You know something, when the Hammer finds it hot and tough in the WWF in the summertime, the best way I know to cool down is with the WWF Superstars of Wrestling Ice Cream Bar. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna hammer one down right now.
Big happenings this week on Power Rangers. As you saw at the promo at the beginning of the episode, a new Ranger is on the way. So
yeah, little Josh is hasn't slept in 24 hours, folks.
Hey, and the Power Rangers, speaking of little, they kind of act like spoiled brat kids that found out they got a new baby brother or sister on the way once they find out.
Want another Power Ranger.
Yeah, right? It's kind of like that. Yeah.
Zordon's like, Rangers, if you want to continue being Rangers yourselves and to fight evil and hang out at Ernie's, you must bring your little brother, the White Ranger, along. Red Ranger's like, I don't want to do it. Fuck you, Zordon.
You're not my real dad.
You're not my real Zordon. Rangers, you must bring your little brother Tommy along.
It's really weird, Kimberly, that you seem so infatuated with your brother.
Okay, so this episode starts out like so many other previous episodes. We're at Ernie's juice bar. First thing I notice about this episode. Okay, so this is the first scene. Bulk and Skull are being complete assholes to the kid working behind the counter because their sandwiches aren't ready yet, and they're going on a big Power Rangers hunting excursion, which is the photo Josh has behind him right now.
It's a
Yeah.
good thing. We'll get to that. The gloves.
Yeah. They're being assholes about why their sandwiches aren't done yet.
Yeah.
So the big takeaway for me as being a server, my day job isn't just YouTube. I'm a server by night. If somebody talked to me like that, getting the takeout order, I would be like, you know what? You're not getting your takeout order. You can leave. That wouldn't fly with me. And the other thing is when they got the price for their sandwiches for these two huge hoagies,
Like
$4.
Scooby-Doo sandwiches. Scooby-Doo sandwiches.
$4 for two of these. Not, I don't think so. Not even in 1994 would these sandwiches cost $4. It's not possible. No way.
And all the damage they do there, you think they'd owe Ernie like a shit ton of money from like civil courts.
Yeah, and also, okay, so we get the sandwich fiasco going on. Trini and Billy are eating at the juice bar, and they're kind of watching this whole thing go down. Kimberly shows up. She's in a hurry. She's excited. She's telling Trini and Billy that she just got a letter from Tommy. Tommy says he's going to be heading back to Angel Grove at the end of the week. So they're all excited, and they want to throw like a coming home party for him. So I understand they're all excited. They're all friends. They head to the park to go fetch Zach and Jason. But the first thing I noticed when they left, Trini and Billy have full plates of food and a full drink. They just leave it. They don't eat it. They don't care.
It's like sitcom breakfast.
Yes. Pisses me off.
I hate that.
Oh, Saved by the Bell. Oh yeah, hey Max, can we have 6 burger baskets, and then something comes up and like they're running a 1-800 number and they gotta leave because some drama happened or something. Like Zach was having Screech dress up like a girl for that episode and Belding's onto the scheme, so they leave their fucking cheeseburger baskets. Come on, man. Nobody has that kind of money. I don't even care if you're in Malibu. You're not giving away You're not paying for 6 cheeseburger baskets every episode 5 times a week and not eating it. Nobody has that kind of money. I don't care who you are.
50 cents a basket, though. It's TV prices.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. Yeah, if it was at Ernie's, it would have cost $0.25. So Lord Zedd, Josh, he's eavesdropping on that they're gonna have a party for Tommy to come back, and Lord Zedd is basically throwing a fit. He's throwing a tantrum. He's like, "Oh, the Rangers are gonna have a party. Well, let them have a damn party." Like he looks upset that the Rangers are gonna have a party. Like, what this is the most evil, magical emperor in the universe, and he cares that the Power Rangers are gonna have a coming home party for Tommy.
Right.
What's going on here?
I already planned a surprise party for all the Rangers.
And it conflicts time-wise. I was going to have it that Tuesday, and damn Kimberly is having it also on Tuesday. We just morphed into a fucking Saved by the Bell episode since we were already talking about it. Remember the episode where Zach was rented out the Malibu Sands banquet room to 2 different groups? Do you remember that episode?
Yes.
Lord Zedd is in a Malibu Sands banquet happy birthday situation here. Alpha, so now we cut from Lord Zedd being a pathetic, whiny little bitch. We go to Alpha and Zordon preparing for a trip. The Power Rangers
trip.
Oh, a secret trip. Yeah, go ahead and tell us your thoughts about this secret trip, Josh.
Yeah. Okay, nobody's around. This isn't supposed to be, it's a TV show, but like they don't know it's a TV show. And they're like, it's time for us to go do our secret mission, Zordon. Yes, Alpha. It is time to go do our very secret mission. Like they could nobody's around. They could be like, hey, it's time to go make that White Ranger, But no.
And tell you who it is too.
Yeah. We're gonna bring Tommy here and do it. It reminds me of a Tenacious D song and a clip from Pick of Destiny, the movie.
Mm-hmm.
They're breaking into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and the mission is clear. We're going over there. We're going to do the mission. Like no details, nobody around to spoil it, But anyway, so yeah, they shut down everything. Yeah.
They power down the headquarters. It's like only on backup power. So they have like dim lights. I don't even know why they didn't just light candles. Because they power down everything basically. It's got just a backup backup floodlight situation at the headquarters at this point. So they head out to do the mission, the secret mission. We cut right back to Lord Zedd on the moon or in hell or wherever he's at. He detects a weakness in the morphine grid. Okay, so he can feel it. It's like the morphine grid is like the force now.
Yeah.
Zedd can feel it. Zedd determines this is the perfect time to abduct Tommy, and have Tommy, Josh, eventually take over his throne
As his heir.
as his heir to all of his riches and
Evil.
kingdom on the moon in hell. Why does Lord Zedd say this? Why does he want Tommy to be his heir? This has never been a story point.
I guess he just really likes Tommy like the rest of us, and we just didn't know it. It's like, oh, Tommy's back. Oh, he's back. I'm gonna adopt him. I'm gonna make him my evil Green Ranger, and then he's gonna inherit all my evil kingdom. He's gonna be my heir. It's like, what?
I didn't understand that at all. And also, maybe he was so upset Kimberly wanted to throw him a party because Lord Zedd secretly wants to date Tommy, and he's upset that Tommy's dating Kimberly. And maybe that's why later on in the episode he sends all those damn putties to ruin the date. Or no, that's another episode. Excuse me, that's another episode. He does it later.
They always do that. What are you talking about? Every episode he sends the putties to like.
No, there's an episode. Hey, there's an episode in this season later on where Tommy and Kimberly are on a date and they're having a great time, and he sends like an assload of putties down to ruin it. But Lord Zedd's just cock blocking because he wants to date Tommy.
Yeah.
See, that's why he's so angry too, because he can't tell Squat and Babu and all these guys that he's secretly in love, with a male. Like he loves Tommy. So Zedd decides he's going to send Nimrod, the Scarlet Sentinel, right?
I love throughout the whole episode. I got to throw this in there so I don't do it later and drag us down. Every time, even in part 2 of the episode, when Zordon says the name of the thing, and every time Lord Zedd does, I feel like he's calling Goldar or somebody Nimrod, and Zordon does the same thing. They put a pause between it. Like, for instance, in part 2 of this episode, which we'll review later, Zordon's telling the Rangers about it, and he goes, Nimrod, the Scarlet Sentinel is attacking Angel Grove. And it's like, you're calling Nimrod at giant head?
Like he's making fun of them.
Jason, Nimrod.
He's pissed. He sends Nimrod, the Scarlet Sentinel, down to Angel Grove to distract the Rangers. Right?
Well, he shoots it into a statue and makes it drip slime for a while first.
Yeah, he's got a pinhead Hellraiser 3 thing going on. It's like just the face on the statue, right?
Yeah, and the Rangers find it by accident.
Yeah, they're at the park playing football, and they're getting ready to throw a surprise party, and Lord Zedd is pissed, so he sends Nimrod down. Bulk and Skull are at the park waiting for some sort of sign. So they're kind of behind. They're not at the football game, but they're there around they ate their lunch. They straight raw dogged their lunch. They didn't buy drinks. They didn't have chips. They just ate the sandwiches.
They got a telescope.
Yeah, they got a telescope. Rita crashes to Earth in her trash can and causes like a major boom. So like a huge explosion. Jason and Billy leave the football game to investigate the explosion. Meanwhile, Bulk and Skull take the trash can back to Skull's dad's workshop. So they mention it that like, oh, let's take it back to Skull's dad's workshop. Like we knew he had a workshop.
Yeah, it's a good thing that part of Skull's ranger hunting gear was a giant pair of gloves. So he could pick up this, because it's really hot. The dumpster's like scalding hot. It just fell out of the sky.
Yeah.
Bulk tries to touch it and it burns his hand. And if you watch this scene, Paul Schreier is a pro, man. That Jason Narvey accidentally walks too close to Paul when they're walking away, and the dumpster hits Paul Schreier in the butt, Bulk in the butt, just slightly.
Yeah.
Bulk could have just kept walking, and because it wasn't in the script. But instead, he sold it. He's like, ow, he thought to act like it burned him. So
he got burned on the ass cheek.
Yeah, so that was good. And as soon as they're off camera, Jason and Billy or whoever show up.
Arrive immediately.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
So-
they wouldn't have seen Bulk and Skull carrying the trash can 30 feet in front of them.
Right?
The one thing that I took away from when Bulk touches the trash can, it's like it reminded me of the Home Alone clip when one of the wet bandits grabs the McAllister's door handle and burns the M into his hand. That's just what it reminded me of.
Yeah.
So Billy and Jason find the crater in the ground, but no trash can, and they refuse to look up
Right.
and see Bulk and Skull carrying the trash can off 15 feet in front of them. We cut back to Zach, Josh. He's at the park. He's still at the park. The statue, the Scarlet Sentinel Nimrod,
Nimrod.
is leaking Ivan's ooze all over the place. So it's either Ivan ooze, Nimrod sweat, or Nickelodeon's gack.
Or yeah, I was about to say, or somebody said, what was it? I don't know.
Oh yeah, you can't do that on television.
Yeah,
It got slimed.
Was it I don't know? Is that what you got to say?
Yeah, if you said I don't know, or if you said water. If you said water, you got watered, and if you said
Yeah.
I don't know, you got slimed, right?
Yeah. So the Nimrod, the Scarlet Sentinel statue, got slimed. So
Yeah, got his ass slimed.
none of them look around they don't walk around the statue. These are Power Rangers. They should investigate things. You know, they're like, oh, that's weird. Slime dripping off the statue. Should we investigate the whole statue? No.
No.
Let's just go to the command center and
Yeah.
let Zordon do all the work.
Zordon's like, I hope those kids don't come to the command center while I'm doing my very secret and very specific and highly detailed plan.
Yes, our secret mission that we both know what it is, but we're going to keep calling it a secret mission, huh, Zordon?
So, okay, so we cut to Zach at the park, right? And they see the Scarlet Sentinel, doing whatever. I don't really, so Zach is sweating a lot in this scene. I don't know what's more disturbing, either his sweat or the ooze coming out of the statue. But this reminds me of when Brendan Fraser was giving an interview as a basketball player in the movie Bedazzled. Can we go to that clip? He's sweating this much.
Yes.
Well, in the lexicon of sports terminology, and I don't mean to sound contrary here, the word good falls tragically short of encompassing the sheer virtuosity of your performance this evening.
Well, there's no I in the word team, and this is a team effort, and I just want to say that I'm really proud to be associated with these fine individuals that I have the pleasure of working with.
Now, I would never want to diss your teammates in any way, shape, or form, but you do realize that you smashed to bits Will Chamberlain's heretofore unbreakable record of 100 points in a single basketball game set in Hershey, Pennsylvania all those years ago.
Oh, man, you just got to play one game at a time and go out there and give 110%, and you just got to show that you want it more than they do when chips fall where they may.
Thank you very much. Back to you, Jerry and Dan.
All right! Diablos! #1! Yeah!
Also, what he could have used as our next commercial. It's strong enough for a man, but pH balanced for a woman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Taking the day off was a great idea.
Yeah. Now what do we do?
Something new, something different.
Like what? While you're thinking, have my antiperspirant.
No.
No?
Try my spray. It's strong. Do something different.
I did. I switched to Secret Solid. It works better than your wet spray.
Better, huh? Then maybe...
Secret Solid's pH balanced for women. Now go and fix us some breakfast.
Me?
Do something new, something different.
Secret Solid, strong enough for a man.
But pH balanced for a woman.
That boy is sweating.
He's sweating his ass off. I also noticed that they're playing like a game of football. Zach looks like he's wearing a shirt that you would wear to the semi-formal in high school. Like it's not like a tuxedo shirt, but it's definitely a button-up.
Yeah.
Like he's not wearing the appropriate attire to play a football game in. Okay, so Trini, Kim, and Zach attempt to contact Zordon, right? So they want to figure out what's going on. They're not quite at the headquarters yet. They decided they're going to try to go there, though.
Yeah.
Nothing. Zordon leaves them on red, okay? So message delivered, but Zordon's not writing back. They tell Jason and Billy to head over to the Sentinel statue ASAP. Maybe they don't know it's the Sentinel statue yet, but
I should have said Nimrod.
Yeah, come see Nimrod. We got to check out this oozing statue. Zedd, we cut back to Zedd on the moon in hell.
Angry.
Angry. Zedd is pissed. He panics though. He panics because his monster isn't ready. So the Scarlet Sentinel hasn't like fully hatched
Cooked.
yet. He sends out the putties to the park. So he sends a bunch of the hyped up super putties to the park. A fight breaks out, Josh. And the first thing I see in this fight is they go to Jason, and Jason is able to do a flat-footed, unmorphed, like corkscrew,
Yeah.
quintuple kick spin. When did he gain this ability as a normal human being, unmorphed, to do this? What is this?
In the 2017 movie, you find out that Power Rangers actually, when they have their power coins, they have superpowers. Like, they're not just have to be morphs to use. So apparently, hey, and Billy and Kimberly have a superpower in this scene too. Before they fight a couple putties, they both do this. Like you see them like, ugh.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell is that?
They're kata.
The Green Ranger kata.
So okay, so hold on. So we have to wait to get the answer to this corkscrew spin flat-footed thing till we see the movie in 2014, 2015?
2017.
So we had to wait 24 years to get the answer to that. And then also
Donald
that would
they had powers.
Josh, that would answer your question that in Ninja Quest, when they're playing volleyball, you are correct. They have superpowers. It is answered finally. They cheated.
They did.
It is the Power Rangers versus normal people. They cheated.
They sure did. They sure did.
The only volleyball team that could have beat the Power Rangers at that point was the Malibu Sands volleyball team with Jesse Spano, Zach Morris, AC Slater, and Samuel Screech Powers. That's the only squad that would have a chance. Yeah. Okay. So fight breaks out, blah, blah, blah. The putties put up just as much of a fight as a jobber on a Sunday Night Heat episode. They're getting wrecked. They're getting destroyed. Right after the fight, the Rangers barely broke a sweat. At least the other Rangers didn't. Zach is still sweating his ass off. They try to attack. They try to contact, not attack. They try to contact Zordon again. Nothing. They get nothing. Now we go back to our boys, Bulk and Skull, and they're trying to open up Rita's trash can at Skull's dad's workshop. The Rangers teleport to the command center after they were left on red twice. And now the monster, after they just teleported to the command center, this Nimrod, the Scarlet Sentinel, is almost fully formed. And he says to the camera, so he's breaking the fucking fourth wall here, Josh, he'll catch those Rangers later. And with that...
You mean the stock Spirit Halloween alien mask that's glowing on the back of the statue?
Yes. And with that, Josh, with that tension built up, let's go to another commercial break.
Number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Chester Cheetah here with 2 cool laws for new Cheetos brand paws. First, paws bring big fun to young tongues. Like check out Ross and his hip toss. That's real boss. Ooh, let's do law 2. When filling your jaws with paws, it's only fair to share. So put it there, Claire.
New Cheetos Paws, the cheese that goes crunch.
Nimrod. The Sentinel is a pretty neat monster, but yeah.
Great design. It doesn't look like it was slapped together.
Comes out of a statue's ass.
Yeah.
Squeezes it out.
Excellent budgetary, they cut a lot of money out of the budget for that design.
Just like all of Zedd's monsters, it has to cook for a while somewhere. Like, what?
Zedd uses an easy bake oven to cook all of his monsters.
Yeah, Finster used to do that,
Finster. Oh my, the light bulb in my monster easy bake oven needs to be replaced, Zedd. God damn it, Finster! Like, just send Nimrod.
Okay, Lord Vince.
Scarlet Sentinel down there.
Lord McMahon. That's what you sound like.
Damn it, Finster! This is good shit, Finster. It's me, Zedd McMahon. I got an idea for the next pay-per-view. straight from the moon in hell.
Monster Brawl. No, there's a Monster
Hey,
Brawl
Monster-
too. I found out.
Yeah. Monster Brawl. Check it out in the archives on the main channel. Josh and I fricassee that movie.
Oh my God. Ugh.
Hey, okay. So Tommy, we cut to Tommy. He's at a beach alone, and we talked about this earlier. He's like having a picnic by himself. He's going for a swim by himself. No life jacket on, nothing. This is kind of dangerous. Tommy starts to feel sick. He doubles over. He looks like Channel 99 scrambled, Spice Channel. He's got cramps really bad. There's a disturbance in the morphine grid. Tommy can feel it. The Rangers, we cut to the Rangers. They're at the command center.
Oh, Tommy did disappear though.
Yeah, Tommy disappeared. So Tommy's gone.
Yep.
We cut after Tommy disappears. We go to the command center. The Rangers are looking around. There's nobody around. No Alpha, no Zordon, no snacks, no nothing. All that's on is a floodlight in the back. Maybe some candles lit. Who knows? It's completely empty. It reminds me of when Macaulay Culkin made his family disappear in Home Alone. Yeah, they're gone.
Yeah, they're just
gone.
completely gone.
All right. Only backup power is on, like I just said. Billy attempts to access the computers, but he can't because all the systems are down, right? We just said that.
Because of the secret mission.
Yeah, luckily, Billy happens to find an American online disc from 1995 that was just sitting on top of the computer. And he says he can analyze the command center activities on this disc that he just found, this American online free sample disc with 4 free hours of internet access back at his lab. And you know what, Slashaholics, if you don't know what I'm talking about with these American online discs, I think we should cut to a clip of this amazing offer from AOL back in 1995. What do you think, Josh?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Welcome, you've got mail.
Click, talk it up.
AOL email.
Grab some movies, some tunes.
Instant messages.
All my buddies are on it.
AOL Movie Phone.
AOL gives me power at my fingertips. AOL is where it's at.
Goodbye.
Check out America Online for 1,000 hours free for 45 days. Pop this DVD into your computer today.
Hold on, I'm having to reconnect to the podcast. Just let this noise finish. It's kind of loud.
Welcome,
Oh, hi.
you've got mail.
I got mail. Sweet.
Yeah, you need more than one phone line in your house, buddy. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Okay, so meanwhile, Bulk and Skull, they finally open up Rita's trash can by using a chainsaw. Aren't they using like a chainsaw or a buzz saw or something?
No, I don't think they got it open though.
They're like opening it. I think they get it open, or they're almost getting it open, right? It's close to being open.
Yeah, it's getting close, but they can't, so they're gonna go to Ernie's or something later.
But it's like close to being open, but they're using like a chainsaw. Excuse me. Zedd grows tired of waiting for his plan to play out and for the monster to grow. He decides to activate the Scarlet Sentinel right now. Okay. Yep. So we go back to Billy's house. So now we're at Billy's lab. Billy is analyzing this AOL disc, or this burned CD, or like bootleg LimeWire mixed CD, or whatever he's looking at. And it on the disc, it reveals a hidden door of light. Don't know how he sees it. Don't know what that means. No clue. He also is able to find the coordinates that Alpha had programmed into this free disc. So this disc has a lot of, this disc has a lot of information on it.
Yeah.
A disturbance happens outside of Billy's garage, I guess, his lab. happens, and the Rangers have to morph. They don't even know what it is. It could have been a car wreck.
Yeah.
Could have been anything. Power line could have fell down. Don't
Oh.
know. They
When they're looking at the computer screen with Billy doing all that, when you see Kimberly doing this and looking at the screen, that becomes part of the new intro after the White Ranger episodes are over. Like
Yep.
you'll see that in the thing. Yep.
Yes. Yeah. This scene reminds me of the 2017 remake of It, where they're in the garage looking at the slideshow.
Oh yeah, that's scary.
It kind of has that weird vibe. They're all kind of like examining. That's just kind of what a callback to my memory.
Yeah.
But so they morph, they go back, they go outside to see what's going on. Nimrod, the Scarlet Sentinel.
Oh, okay.
Not you, Josh. You're not Nimrod. He's out there and he's raising hell. He tries to electrocute the Power Rangers. So this is a first, Josh. This is on two fronts. This is a first. First time that a monster's ever tried to electrocute the Power Rangers, and the first time Billy and Kimberly had ever been electrocuted by anyone other than the electricians on set of Power Rangers. Did you ever hear that story?
Yeah, that really happened.
Yeah, that happened. Slashaholics. David Yost and Amy Jo got electrocuted when they filmed the episode where they switched bodies.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a notoriously dangerous set to work on. So first time they've ever been electrocuted by someone other than the actual people they work with.
Yep.
So he's kicking ass. The monster's kicking ass. Zedd makes the monster grow, and in doing so, I think the monster turns into two other monsters, doesn't it?
It turns into Twisted Sister splits off from the main monster. It looks like Twisted Sister. Looks like a metal hairband.
Yeah, so we have three monsters now for the price of one. The Rangers are in big trouble. They call for Thunderzord power. So we need Thunderzord power now, you know?
Yep.
The monster has the two assistants to help. I don't know where the hell they came from. I don't remember Zedd saying that this was going to be a thing. The Rangers are in big trouble.
Billy, they're called the Goons. We don't get told that, but we find out later. It's Nimrod, the Scarlet Sentinel, and the Goons. But during this battle, Billy gets like some information or something, and he's like, I know the coordinates or something now. So he like teleports to the command center while they're still fighting.
Dude, I have that in my notes. That's so funny you say that. So the Megazord is getting their ass kicked. They're going down for the count.
Yes.
Instead of sticking around to help his fellow Rangers, Billy's like, I gotta go.
Yeah.
I know you guys are in trouble. I'm out of here. Billy heads back to the command center, totally ghosts his friends, leaves them to die, I guess. Basically to die. We go back to Bulk and Skull. I prematurely talked about this. Now they're using a chainsaw to try to open Rita's trash can. Okay. Last scene of the episode. Billy is alone at the headquarters talking to himself.
Yep.
So he's doing the Alpha Zordon thing. He's talking, he's dumping exposition. This is basically what it's called, Slashaholics.
Yes.
He's telling plot without it inorganically though. It doesn't make sense why he's talking to himself like this, but he's dumping plot points here. So Billy is alone. He's talking to himself. He looks fucking crazy. He looks like a guy on the side of the street begging for money, talking to himself. He tries the access code. It works this time.
Yep.
He sees the light turn on in the back. So Alpha might be in the back just making a sandwich or something. Who knows what's going on? He follows the light. He ends up falling through like a trap door or something.
Floats down. It was kind of slow. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of floats down right on top of Alpha and Zordon, who are creating a new Ranger.
And he sees it, and it's the White Ranger without the shield.
Yeah.
As a kid, I was so excited. Not only were we getting a new Ranger, it was a White Ranger. And when I saw it, I was like, that's where Tommy went. Because Zedd doesn't mention Tommy again after Tommy gets abducted. So even as a kid, I was like, oh, please let that be Tommy. But that's where it ends. That's where it says to be continued. You see Billy looking down through like a hole in the ceiling, a grate. And he's like, they're building a new Ranger? Full loud. He doesn't whisper it, by the way. Full voice. They're building a new Ranger, and Zordon and Alpha don't hear him.
Who's he talking to?
Right.
And this checks out, Josh, because Tommy's on this. We don't know it's Tommy.
Yeah.
But we find out it's Tommy later. But he's on this like doctor's table, and they're working on him. And this checks out because, he was swimming, really close to, like, he didn't wait 45 minutes after he ate lunch. He's got the worst set of cramps we've ever seen. And the only thing that can save him at this point is medical intervention by Zordon and Alpha. They're trying to help him. Tommy may die from cramps. Okay. By the way, Slashaholics, Slashketeers, if you have an episode of a future cartoon or future kid show you want us to cover on the channel here, slashtrax2020@gmail.com.
Yes.
We respond to every email, good or bad. We'll get back to you, and we love interacting with you guys.
Yes.
Josh, can you kind of drop the Patreon and Cameo before we give our review?
Yeah, it's on the screen. Patreon and Cameo are both there. Patreon.com/80/librarian, Cameo.com//Trax Network. You can get a video from us for just $7. Patreon, you can join for as low as like $1, $2, $5, all the way up to whatever you want to donate to the channel. We don't make any money here on the channel as of right now. We're not monetized. We're working towards it. So if you want to support us, you can do that, or even donate to our PayPal or Cash App. All the information is in the pinned comment and the description. But yeah, let's do one more commercial break and come back and give our review.
Yeah, let's do it.
Get ready, kids, because it's the Power Rangers on home video like you've never seen them before. There's 10 hot, more phenomenal video classics now in bright new packages. And now each 30-minute video includes a special feature interview with the Rangers themselves that's not available on TV.
Yes!
Woo! The 10 repackaged breakthrough videos include Day of the Dumpster, High Five, Food Fight, Happy Birthday, Zach, and No Clowning Around. Plus, there's the most popular Ranger of all, the Green Ranger Tommy, in his very own miniseries titled Green with Evil, consisting of the other 5 action-packed videos. Out of Control, Jason's Battle, The Rescue, Eclipsing Megazord, and finally, Breaking the Spell. And the power...
All right, and we're back. So that product, guys, we got to keep the lights on here at Trax Studios. We're not the command center. We don't have backup floodlights. We need your help. Cameo, Patreon, /Trax2020@gmail.com. Josh, did you like this episode?
Yes, I love this episode. I remember almost all of it from being a kid. The excitement, the prayers, everything. Loved it.
The training, the vitamins, all of it. Josh remembers all of it. Yep. Believing in yourself was the 4th commandment of the Hulkamaniacs and Power Rangers. Josh followed all of them to a T. Did I like it? Yes, I did. I liked it. Yeah, I liked this episode a lot. It was a great episode. Shut up. Specifically, I liked how Bulk and Skull were like in prime slapstick physical humor form. They almost stole this episode.
Vaudeville. They were very vaudeville, Three Stooges, stuff like that.
They did a great job. Specifically, Jason Narvi, to me, he was specifically overdoing it with the laughing and the maniacal, like just. He did a really great job in this episode. I feel like Jason Narvi stood out.
Yes.
I like seeing Billy's investigating the command center. I really like the shot at the end where Billy, how you talked about it. However they set that shot up, where he's like, they're doing a new Ranger.
That's what's memorable. Shot. Very memorable because it's burned into my memory. So.
Yes, and I tried to get it for the thumbnail, but I just could not find a format to fit JPEG. I just couldn't do it. So. Were you into the storyline and plot?
Yes, completely.
Yeah, me too. I was hook, line, and sinker. I was all about this, and I was praying to God along with Josh that this was going to be Tommy. I was curious where Tommy went. I wanted to see where Zordon and Alpha were. I was really heavily invested. The Rita subplot was fun with Bulk and Skull. The monster was totally believable. They were making the monster look really strong. And the last time the Rangers fought more than one monster, they were in deep shit.
Yeah.
So
and there's Zord when this episode ended, the stakes are high because the Thunder Zord's going down. Like
they're in deep shit. So they're in big trouble. What was your least favorite part? What was your favorite part?
Least favorite part was the whole having to cook the statue. That was weird.
It was weird. That was bizarre.
It was bizarre that he was going to be the heir to Lord Zedd. Favorite part, obviously, Billy going to the command center, finding the door, floating down, seeing the Ranger.
Yeah, I have Not Enough Tommy. When did Jason learn these new power moves? ASJ, I think we kind of talked about it in the pre-show. He seems uninterested as Jason, the character,
Yeah.
when he finds out Tommy is coming back. It almost looks like the real person, Jason Geiger, Austin St. John, is bleeding through Jason, the character. You can tell he does not want Tommy to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and then also just the cooking of the monster, some of the others, like I didn't like how Bulk and Skull were so rude to the server, but that's
Right.
just a personal, yeah, that's just a personal thing because I am a server. Rate the episode. How many $2 footlongs at Ernie's Juice Bar out of 4?
3.5 out of 4, and the 0.5 is just from the things I said I didn't like. But I really enjoyed it, and it's memorable. And hey, the Mandela effect can change stuff, so you better pray tonight to make sure it's going to be Tommy.
I have 3 out of 4. So
Okay.
that brings us to an aggregate Trax network score of 3.25 out of 4. What do you guys what's your score? Leave the comment down below. What was your favorite part? What was your least favorite part? What future episode of any TV show that was on Saturday morning or was a kid's show that you'd like to see us review? Leave the comment below.
Yes. That's it. We'll do the other one soon. We're going to do the Extreme Ghostbusters Back in the Saddle Part 2. Thank you all so much. Be excellent to each other. Remember, the sun never sets on those who ride into it. May the power protect you. Say goodnight, Alex.
Good night, Alex. And Nimrod. The Scarlet Sentinel. Mahalo, dogs.
Now available. All right, kids, are you ready for Morphin white-hot action? Now you can learn to master martial arts at home with Sensei Sensation Jason David Frank. Tiger Sword! Known to millions of fans as Tommy the White Ranger, in his all-new, exclusive, award-winning Mighty Morphin Power Ranger Karate Club video, The White Ranger Kata.
With my guidance, you can learn to train your mind and body to work as one in the ancient art of karate.
The White Ranger Kata is only available on home video for $12.95 or less and includes the exclusive White Ranger Kata music video. Mighty Morphin Power Ranger Karate Club, the White Ranger Kata, has received the Film Advisory Board Award of Excellence and is recognized by the United Martial Arts Society for its instructional value. And every video includes important safety tips.
Safety tip number 4, always warm up properly before working out. Warming up can keep you from getting injured.
Jason takes you through warm-up exercises, kicks, blocks, punches, and stands.
To become a karate master, you must exercise your mind as well as your body. And on this video, you'll also learn the code of the arts, which was passed down to me by my sensei.
Attitude. Look for the positive in every situation.
With practice and respect for the code, you too can master the White Ranger Kata.
It's one hot kata your family and friends can learn together. Now available wherever videos are sold. Only from Saban Home Entertainment.